Live. It's been a while. Too long, right? Anyway, tonight's stream we are going to talk about one of the missing books of the Bible, and quite possibly one of the missing books of the Bible that proves my reptilian theory. Yeah, who'd have thought? So anyway, I gotta pull the chats up here. Now, I am only on... Let me get the YouTube chat pulled up first. Okay, we got 4 people in here. Yeah, it was kind of like last minute, and I had a lot of stuff to pull up for this, so... the only reason why I'm not on DLive... Okay, hold on. Alright, we're on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, I'm back. It's been a while. Alright, the reason why I am only on Facebook and, now this is going to be shaken, but basically, Restream will only allow me to stream to 2 platforms unless I upgrade my account. You used to be able to go out to 5, but they changed it. So, I'm going out to Facebook and YouTube, and the reason why is so I can up my stream settings. I have to turn them down when I stream out to DLive to stop the buffering, but this should be streaming in full HD. Okay, I got the... Alright, DH is here. Yeah, we're reading one of your books. Hold on. Is this one of the books you gave me? Alright, because... DH, I got a lot of books. Yeah, obviously the occult library back here. I believe this one did come from you. This is the one we're reading tonight. Hold on, let me get the... So the one we're reading tonight is this one. Missing books of the Bible. Why are they missing? Yeah. Now, this is a complex subject, and what I mean by this is... For many years, I've referenced this quote because this book that I'm about to read, Bel and the Dragon, is from the book of Daniel. However, it was taken out by the Council of Nicaea. Now, for years, I always used to show this quote, the infamous quote from Daniel, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave to one another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And I always thought that was a reptilian reference. And I think that Daniel was talking about reptilians in here, and he was outright rejecting Babylon. And he was punished for it. You're going to find out the root of the phrase, throwing Christians to the lions. And another infamous symbol that I've been trying to decode from Babylon is, why do we have all the Anunnaki standing on the backs of lions? It's a mockery. I was trying to figure out for so long what this symbol was of those Anunnaki standing on the backs of lions, and it comes from this missing book we're going to read. Now, before I read this, you need to know who Bel is. And according to this Encyclopedia Britannica, Bel is Marduk. Bel and the Dragon is the history of the destruction of Bel and the Dragon. Now, you might think the reptilians are the dragons. No, not exactly. The dragon is Tiamat. Roger from Mud Fossil University found this dragon, and I helped him do it. I verified that what he found matched up with texts from Sumeria and Greece. That is the Atlas Mountains in Morocco. Atlas is one of the titans imprisoned in Tartarus. Me and Roger just had a talk about that, and it made sense. Roger said, okay, so the titans being imprisoned in Tartarus is a metaphor that they are part of the earth. Tartarus is a hell above Hades. It's where the gods go for punishment. That's where Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton are going. They ain't going to Hades. They're going to Tartarus. Yeah. believe that. So, long story short, why were books of the Bible taken out? Well, I did a live stream way back, and this is a very complicated subject, but it's on my channel. The Jesus strand and the history of Constantine. And this goes into the bloodlines of Jesus Christ that they are still hunting down to this day. This actually ties in with a lot of the stuff going on with JFK, Abraham Lincoln. Kayleigh McInerney is from this bloodline. And it also gives you the history of Constantine. This video is like an hour and a half long. So it's on my channel. It's called The Jesus Strand. And Constantine, who announced that he was the second coming of Christ, took Christianity, and basically he is the one responsible for mixing paganism with Christianity and not giving us the true teachings of God. And along with, I'm going to make another video on them, but this also ties in with the Council of Nicaea. Now, what's interesting about the Council of Nicaea is Constantine brings 300 bishops into the church. Marduk, who is Bel, creates 300 Anunnaki above and below. This is getting interesting. The Sumerian reptilian symbolism is actually it's all here. So the Council of Nicaea, which I guess is your first disinformation council on planet Earth, right? They decided that they were going to... Now, the most infamous book that was taken out of the Bible that does pertain to reptilians is, of course, the Book of Enoch. That is very long. Luckily, what I'm going to read to you tonight is kind of short. It's only 42... I think it's 42 lines of text. So it's not that long. The only problem I'm going to have is lighting, trying to read this, but I think I'll be all right. I didn't get reading glasses yet, but I think I'll be okay. So, yeah, Bel is Marduk, and that comes right from the Encyclopedia Britannica. And Marduk, because this is the actual academic link I'm using for my book, Marduk isn't a Gigi god. This is from the University of Pennsylvania on ancient Mesopotamian gods and goddesses. The Agigi are 10 deities, Marduk being one of them, Enki, Enlil, Anana, Ninurta, Nuska, Shamas, and Nara, Naramsit are the 10 Agigi gods, and they create the Anunnaki. Marduk is not an Anunnaki. However, Constantine putting 300 bishops into the church is a direct reference to the Anunnaki. It's the same number. I don't think that's by coincidence. He also wrote that Jesus had 12 disciples. Should I... You know what? I don't know if I should play that on the stream. I have something from Babylonian Talmud that they mentioned in there about Jesus, but I don't want to actually get the stream taken down. And I don't know. They get triggered when I play anything from Babylonian Talmud. But anyway, they do admit that Jesus was real. It was the 72 Pharisees from Babylon that are responsible for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, which they then blame on the Jews and Rome. Sound familiar? It's a tactic they've been doing for a long time. You know, setting other people up and make it look... All right, so I got the chat. All right. So we got like 24 people in here. All right, cool. I do got a moderator. Although, if you come to my streams, you know, we don't ban people in the chat. I was talking about that the other day, and if my sub's watching, he knows who I'm talking about. He always sends me links to this guy to streams, and half his live stream, he's threatening to ban people forever while he's... I'm like, whatever. All right, so we got people in here. Love, light, and pipes. Sandra. So, yeah, well, you know what the plan is tomorrow? Oh, I just got a donation before I came live. That was from Juan on PayPal. I want to thank him. That's going to help for my plan tomorrow. So what I'm thinking about doing tomorrow, I needed a break, and I'm going to stream tomorrow night, but during the day tomorrow, probably starting early, I planned on watching the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy director's cuts back to back. That would keep me off the internet for 12 hours. That would probably be a good idea. I need a break because nothing's really going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. We're not going to get any, so I'm just staying away from the news. I think the idea is they're trying to make people go crazy right now. There's definitely some, so yeah, we're not talking about politics tonight, so. Yeah, so anyway, I found out that one of the books in my occult library back there, if it was a collector's edition, is worth $2,000. The used one I had back there is worth like $100, and it was written by a sorcerer. Yeah, I was slowly going through these books I got, and I was like, wow, okay. Yeah, I have a book over there written by an actual sorcerer, and it's got a lot of pages in it and illustrations and all that stuff. So, in case anyone didn't know, I am Catholic. Someone just left me a comment. Yes, I am Catholic. So, you know what? I should be able to read this. The lighting's not too bad. I have a flashlight on my phone. I might have to use it. But this book, oh, I had to bend the spine. All right, there we go. I got it better now. Trying to bend the page. I don't think this book was ever like read all the way through. And I had another name I had to pull up. So you know who Bel is. Bel is Marduk, the Ajiji god. And basically, the metaphor of this story, because I'm going to read it straight through. It's 42 lines, like I said. The metaphor is Daniel refuses to worship Marduk, refuses to submit to Babylon. So as a punishment, they send him into a den of lions, which he survives. But in that part of the story, another name comes in there who I have never actually heard of, and that is someone called Habakkuk. Now, I saw the name and I realized that was Hebrew, and I was right. But the reason you probably never heard of him is because, according to Bible study tools, it's because he's only mentioned in Bel and the Dragon, and they took that book out of our Bible. So that's why you never heard of him. And basically, Habakkuk had it's not in this story, but according to this website, he was questioning God as to why he put Babylon on earth to judge people in the first place. And God told him that he would be destroying Babylon. So, now we know that, how does this story end, which is so stupid about Luciferians? You know how it ends. Babylon is destroyed in the book of Revelation. Yeah, Babylon has fallen. That's a direct line from the book of Revelation. I told people I had bad allergies for the past day. The weather's been weird in Philly. It got real humid. It went up to like 70 degrees yesterday. And I think it has something to do with the hurricane that's going on in Florida. I don't know. They're playing with the weather machine again, I'll tell you. Watch the water. Coral Lake, Arizona. Oh, watch the water. Cary Lake. Okay, so you watch Dan from On the Fringe Radio. I know where you got that from. He just did that video today. He thinks that watch the water means watch Cary Lake. He could be right. So, all right, we got some people in here. So I'm going to try to read this. Let me just go up the full video. I don't need to. And then we'll talk a little bit about. So it's amazing, because I've been trying to figure out for years what the symbolism was of walking on lines. I also got another picture of Marduk that you probably never seen before. Here's another statue of Marduk. I was trying to figure out the copyrights for this pic because I wanted to use it in my book. But that's a pretty, yeah. That's one of the representations of Marduk right there. King SDHs. So, alright, what I might do. go over to Facebook because there might be some people watching over there. Yep. Ah, what's up, Rich? He said, come by sometime. Dude, I'll give you a call. Maybe tomorrow. How's that sound? Yeah, I got some people over on Facebook watching. Yeah, so until I get things worked out, like I said, with Restream. But the good thing is, if I upgrade my Restream account, I can stream out the Rumble also, because Rumble has free live streaming. And I'm not going to pay to stream at Rumble since they stopped my stream about Pizzagate. I'm really upset about that still. That's why I said I don't trust certain people anymore on certain platforms. So hopefully, if I get this straightened out, I'll be able to stream out to 5 platforms at one time. Probably Twitch, DLive, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble all at the same time. Which is why I think that Restream changed that, because they didn't want people in the alternative media having the power to stream out to multiple platforms at the same time for free. Can't have that now. So they put an end to it. So, anyway. Alright, I'm just going to read some comments here. Reminds you of a Chinese food dog? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I made a video on the dogs of China. They guard. There is also dogs in Hades. Cerberus is one of them. Now, Cerberus, I did a video about Dogman before. He is, that's a whole different other subject. But I'd like to do another Dogman video. Alright, so what I'm going to do, so I can actually read this, I am going to use the light. This is how I read at nighttime. I've been reading The Witcher, and I just use my phone as a light. Alright, so I'm going to... I'm just trying to skim through this, make sure there isn't any words. I think I got all the words figured out, so... Now, I don't know which chapter of the book of Daniel this is. It doesn't say. But I think this is going to prove that the book of Daniel, he was talking about reptilians the whole time. I always thought that there was a reference to the Anunnaki standing on the backs of lions being a reference to the Lion of Judah. And I think I'm correct on that. What do we got? Alright, so yeah, Guardians of Hell's Gate Bible talks about the Hellhounds, Cerberus, and I forget the other name. They guard the gates of Hades, and their job is to actually bring souls back to Hades who escape hell. There are stories of Dogman coming out of portals and doing that, and people think that they come into this realm to chase down Wendigos and stuff like that. Pretty creepy stuff, but there's a lot of mythology on it. So anyway, I'm going to start reading this. The history of the destruction of Bel and the Dragon. Here, let me go up to full screen here. Can you guys hear that on my mic? The beeping? Either someone's getting their car repossessed or that's an oil truck delivering... Yeah, it's loud. You might hear that. It's like a beeping sound. Alright. The Hounds of the Barrier. Yeah, Pat Murphy got it. Alright, I think the beeping stopped. Yeah, welcome to Philly. It's always noisy. So, the history of the destruction of Bel and the Dragon. And King Astyages was gathered to his fathers, and Cyrus of Persia received his kingdom. And Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above his friends. Now the Babylonians had an idol called Bel, who was Marduk, and there were spent upon him every day 12 great measures of fine flour, and 40 sheep, and 6 vessels of wine. Now the 40 sheep would have been animal sacrifice. The 40 sheep they brought to Bel, along probably with human sacrifices also. And the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own God. And the king said unto him, Why dost thou not worship Bel? Who answered and said, Because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living God who hath created heaven and the earth, and hath sovereignty over all flesh. Then said the king unto him, Thinkest thou not that Bel is a living God? Seest that thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within and brass without, and did not ever eat or drink anything. So the king was wroth, and called for his priests, and said unto them, If ye tell me not who this is that devoureth these expanses, ye shall die. But if ye can certify me that Bel devoureth them, then Daniel shall die, for he hath spoken blasphemy against Bel. And Daniel said unto the king, Let it be according to thy word. Now the priests of Bel were 70. Now, 70, that is the 300 Anunnaki. Those are the priests that they're talking about. 70. 70 is the 300 Anunnaki. 10 is the 10 Agigi gods, including Bel or Marduk. This actually backs up my Anunnaki theory, and it's written right in. This is, like I said, another chapter of my book is going in there. Reptilians in the Bible. Besides their wives and children, and the king went with Daniel into the temple of Bel. So Bel's priest said, Lo, we go out, but thou, O king, set on the meat, and make ready the wine, and shut the door fast, and seal it with thine own signet. A signet is a magical symbol. It's usually found on rings. You'll see that with, like, the Pope's ring. He has a signet ring. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Bel hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel, that speaketh falsely against us. And they little regarded it, for under the table they had made pretty entrance, whereby they entered in continually, and consumed those things. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Bel. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those who strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out, and shut the door, and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they wont and do, and did not eat and drink up all. In the morning betimes the king arose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, Yea, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked up upon the table, and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Bel, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel, and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold, not now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps are these. I know the reading of this, it doesn't read like a normal book, but like I said, that's because it's like the quotes are written right after each other. And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry, and took the priests with their wives and children, who shewed him the privy doors, where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table. Therefore the king slew them, and delivered Bel into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple. And in that same place there was a great dragon, which they of Babylon worshipped. Yes, there was a great dragon, which they worshipped. And the king said unto Daniel, Wilt thou also say that this is of brass? Lo, he liveth, he eateth, and drinketh. Thou canst not... Some of these words, I know, these are not words we use anymore. Canst, C-A-N-S-T, yeah, that's not say that he is no living God, therefore worship him. Then said Daniel unto the king, I will worship the Lord my God, for he is the living God. But give me leave, O king, and I shall slay the dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave. Then Daniel took pinch and fat and hair, and did seethe them together, and made lumps thereof. This he put in the dragon's mouth, and so the dragon burst in sunder. And Daniel said, Lo, these are the gods ye worship. When they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation, and conspired against the king, saying, The king is become a Jew, and he hath destroyed Bel. He hath slain the dragon, and put the priest to death. So they came to the king, and said, Deliver us, Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thine house. Now when the king saw they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them, to the intent that they may devour Daniel. Now there was a jewelry in a prophet called Habakkuk, he's the one I mentioned earlier, who had made pottage, and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into the field for it to bring to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go, carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown, and bare him the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of the Spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which God has sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O God, neither hast thou forsaken them to seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his place again immediately. Upon the 7th day the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great art thou, Lord of Daniel, and there is none other besides thee. And he drew him out, and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den, and then they were devoured by lions in a moment before his face. And that's it. So, yeah, I know. So, all right. Let me turn the flashlight off here. So, basically, what I gather from that is he was rejecting idolatry and worship of the fake gods, the Anunnaki, the Igigi, the reptilians. And obviously these stories are written more as metaphors, because we know the reptilians are still here. Daniel didn't kill them all. But this is like the intent that they teach in secret societies. It is your goal to become a god yourself and not worship the living God, but to become a god yourself. That is the intent of every secret society in their secret teachings. And look at people like George Soros and Klaus Schwab. Do you not see them acting like, what's up, Truth Cowgirl? The bitch is back? No, you're not a bitch. Is she? Not all the time, right? So yeah, he rejected paganism. And this is where the idea of sending Christians to the lions comes from. Well, that's a cigarette here. And obviously explains the symbolism of, let me go back to my desktop here. Obviously explains the symbolism of why they are standing on the backs of lions all the time. It's a mockery. So, why did Constantine feel the need to take this out of the book of Daniel? Well, I think that one's pretty easy to figure out now, isn't it? There's also another missing book in this Bible. I want to do it in a separate video because it's a little longer. But it's called The Wisdom of Jesus, the Son of Sirach. Now, one of the things that we don't have in the Bible, which goes in with the Jesus strand, is supposedly the teachings of the Nazarene. And what that is, it's the teachings that Jesus brought to us after his resurrection. Remember, when Christ was crucified, he went down into hell for 3 days to meet Lucifer. And there's some theories that he had some new teachings about hell and Lucifer after that. But we don't have that many actual quotes from Jesus Christ himself in the Bible. We think they're actually hidden. There are teachings from Jesus, but it would be detrimental to the entire Vatican. I honestly believe the real teachings of Jesus, it would tear the Vatican apart and everything that Christianity has become through Rome absorbing it, obviously. Trying to replace the living God with false gods, which, the story of Bel and the dragon is obviously telling you about. But Daniel refused to worship Marduk. But the fact that Bel is Marduk is amazing. And the fact that we have numbers reoccurring with the Council of Nicaea and in the Bel and the Dragon book, the number 300, which is the 300 Anunnaki Marduk creates, is also pretty amazing. So, yeah, that's the Bible lesson today. If you want to see something about the Order of the Nazarene, watch the TV show The Bastard Executioner. It's good. It's about the Nazarene. They carry around the real teachings of Jesus Christ, and how they do it, they have tattoos on their back written, and that's how they keep. Yeah, it's a good show. You should watch it. Missing mods here. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. Yeah. We're going to go out soon and feed the kitty cats. Yeah. I need to get some kittens adopted. Anyone want some kittens? Because it's going to start getting cold in Philly. The mom cat, she had kittens a few months ago, and she's pregnant again. Sad. I can't take all these cats in. The only reason I took Dougal in is because he had a bad leg, and he was being a bully to all the other cats in the neighborhood. He was beating them up, so that's why I adopted him. And I can't take any more cats. I can't have any other male cats around Dougal. He is a bully. All my cats are spayed and neutered. You think I enjoyed doing that to Dougal when I took him in? I felt bad about it. Yeah, I took him and I had to get him spayed. He was spraying around the house. You can't have a male cat that's in heat around. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, dogs are cool. Yeah, they're all spayed and neutered. I should have brought Dougal up. He's downstairs right now. So, Really good. Okay. So what I might do tomorrow night, I went out to Facebook because I just want people to know why I haven't been streaming on there recently. It's because of what Restream did. They want me to upgrade my account, but it might be worth it. And the reason why it might be worth it is because they have Super Chat at Rumble. So why not? If I'm doing streams on YouTube, there's no reason why I can't go out to Rumble at the same time. I was just trying to do that one exclusive stream on Rumble about Pizzagate, and they stopped my stream 29 minutes in when I showed Jimmy Comet covered in adrenochrome. Someone got triggered at Rumble, and that's why I just don't trust that platform. And then I'm hearing stories. Other people are telling me, other content creators are leaving me emails that they got streams taken down. And yeah, it's not the hype, and they are censoring there. They censor certain topics. And for something that's only a conspiracy theory, right? Pizzagate is one of the most banned subjects on the internet. But I have something. Hold on. We're going in, don't tell anyone. We got a movie. Is it in here? Do I have it downloaded? There is a movie out called Pizzagate, and it's a mockery of the whole Pizzagate conspiracy. I thought I had to download it. I guess I don't. I have to re-download it. Yeah, there's a movie out called Pizzagate, and it mocks the... and there's another movie out called Adrenochrome that came out in Hollywood about 3 years ago. It's about a bunch of Satanists who come back from the Iraq War, killing people to harvest their blood for adrenochrome. It's a movie. I'm not making that up. You can look that up at IMDb. Look up Adrenochrome, the movie. And I was going to watch it. I'm expecting it to be a little sick, but choking on cigarettes. Yeah, because if you know anything about the pizza thing, that leads right to Hillary Clinton. I mean, yeah, and Obama, yeah. So that's suppose Then there's another story floating around that someone thinks that actually I shouldn't talk about that. Something else going on with child trafficking around the net, but for something that doesn't seem to exist, they're really triggered about it. If anyone remembers, that movie was supposed to come out, The Sound of Freedom, that was produced by the guy who played Jesus Christ in Passion of the Christ. What's his name? Cazavel. The movie about human trafficking around the planet. It was supposed to get released in September and never got released. We thought it was going to be to red pill the world on the reality of child trafficking. It's, and it looks like it got blocked. So, for stuff that doesn't seem to exist, they put a lot of effort into shutting it down, right? All right. I'm reading comments over here. So. You have a tomcat. You feel bad about getting them fixed. Yeah, I felt bad. But you know what, though? Male cats, honestly, the vet told me that male cats that get that done actually live longer. So that might be a good thing for them. Yeah, and if you notice, anyone who's trying to cover that topic of Pizzagate gets shut down. So I think the only Now I can give the Pizzagate lecture, and I thought about this, and I could do that by probably streaming out to Odyssey or LBRY. Because you can't take streams down at LBRY. You can't take videos off LBRY because it's blockchain technology. Which is why... Oh, do you know they're trying to make LBRY bankrupt now? Like they've been... The SEC went after them, trying to call their cryptocurrency, like they were doing illegal. Yeah, they try to shut down LBRY. But it's still up. So what do you think about my plan tomorrow? Watching Lord of the Rings back to back. All 3 movies. It's been a while since I've seen them. Getting immersed in Lord of the Rings for 12 hours, I think I could do that tomorrow. It'll keep me off the internet. And then I'll stream at nighttime. How's that sound? I already know what I'm going to stream about tomorrow, so I'll keep it a surprise. But... And what I might do probably sometime tomorrow is probably upgrade my Restream account so I can go out to all 5 platforms. That'd be cool. Movie night. Nah, we're not watching any movie. Well, tonight. Who knows? I can watch Fellowship of the Ring tonight. It's only 4 hours long, and I want to watch the director's cuts, the extra extended versions. Do you know why Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest movies ever made? Because Peter Jackson didn't decide to put his own woke politics into the movie, and he stick to the source material. Look what Amazon just did with The Rings of Power. What? And they spent $1 billion on it. Peter Jackson's budget for all 3 of those movies was only like $275 million. And he made the 3 greatest, probably the greatest trilogy ever made. I even like The Hobbit, too. The Hobbit's... You know what? I'm going to watch The Hobbit, too. After I watch Lord of the Rings, I'll rewatch the Hobbit series. Those are good. I was just looking for something, to watch around the holidays. There's not too many good movies out. For anyone that's a fan of The Witcher, I'm currently reading The Witcher books right now. And the main star of The Witcher, what's his name? Henry Cavill. He quit The Witcher on Netflix because they're not sticking to the books, he said, and he quit. So I think they filmed the 3rd season of The Witcher, but he's leaving the show. He left the show because he said they are not sticking to the books. They're making, like the characters of Yennefer and Ciri. Netflix is doing their woke, independent women stuff on them, right? They're not sticking to the source material, and he got fed up, and he's leaving the project. So The Witcher's done. There goes another good TV show at Netflix down the drain. Does Hollywood not learn? Yeah, you know what, Greg? I'm not going to play. I got the first Witcher game on sale at Steam. It was like $2.99, and I was told not to play The Witcher Wild Hunt until I actually read the books because there's spoilers in the actual game that happen in the books. But not a big deal. You didn't time anyone out? I barely ever time anyone out. So anyway, I was going through the comments. I wanted to see if anyone asked anything about what I was reading there about Belt and the Dragon. canceled PayPal after donation. Ancient but still here. No, I still have my PayPal. I'm not going to delete it. I mean, good luck if they want to. Yeah, what are they going to do? Fine me $2,500 for misinformation? I don't have a bank that's connected to my PayPal account, and that's by design. Because that way they don't ever try to go into my main bank account. I do have a debit card. I have a business PayPal, but it's not connected to my bank. So, yeah, good luck in that $2,500 PayPal. I mean, they must be out of their minds. I could see if it was like $2,500. Where did they get this number from? That's like the average salary of a middle-class family a month, right? It's like, friggin'. It's all right. The rumor is, it's a rumor that in the future we won't have to use PayPal, that Elon Musk is actually going to be doing something with that. He is supposedly taking Twitter and turning it into like this ultra mega social media platform that's going to do a lot of things, including process payments. Remember, Elon was one of the founding members of PayPal. So, if PayPal wants to go woke, all people have to do to run successful corporations now is just do not do what the woke people are doing, and you'll be fine. They don't learn either. Will it be like Zelle? I don't know. I never signed up for Zelle. I don't use it. Missing mod. What's your Cash App tag? Mine's $Kinnigan. Feel free to Cash App me. Now, seriously, if you could support the channel, I'd appreciate it. I don't run ads on these videos. I am 100% crowd-funded. And so yeah, this was a really interesting piece of research here about Bel and the Dragon. And I do want to go through this book and see other books that were deleted and possibly why. I believe that the reason why a lot of books would be deleted is, one, they teach stuff that's probably makes the Vatican look bad. And they don't have the Book of Enoch in here, either in the other book, but the Book of Enoch is long. They got the history of Susanna. There's a Susan in my chat right now. You got a biblical name. Why was the history of Susanna taken out of the Bible? I don't know. You just want to see a book written by a sorcerer before I end the stream? I'm not selling it. We don't need any more wizards on the planet. And of course, I'm not using it, because if I was a wizard, I wouldn't need to ask for donations. I would just summon demons like Aleister Crowley did and convert with demons for money. That's one of the reasons. But this book here, I didn't know what I had at first, and it didn't look like a lot. I wound up looking this book up, and it was written by a guy named Paracelsus, and he is a sorcerer. And what's interesting about this book, there is a lot of reptilian references in here. The Basilisk is in here. This whole entire book, it's got a lot of pictures in it. It was written by a sorcerer. Yeah. It's got a lot of the symbols that the Masons use in here too. So this is what I use these books for, is to do research. And I'm showing you this. Look what the guy is standing on. He is standing on a reptilian. Does it get any more in your face than that? That's a Bolosisk that he's standing on. That is the symbol that they use for Alpha Draconian reptilians. I've done a video on the Bolosisk before. So yeah, this is pretty... This book, if it was a collector's edition, is selling for $2,000 used. I'm not... who am I going to sell it to? A rich Freemason? Probably. No. I'm not selling it. But I will use it for... Oh, I was just reading about these. These are signets. That's a signet ring. That was in the story of Bel and the Dragon. Those are usually black magic symbols. They're signet rings. So yeah, this is like really interesting stuff. This guy was supposedly... The guy... This was written in the 1400s and then reprinted. This book is from 1958 is when this book was published. It's a second print. Second edition. The first edition was 1951. But it's still... Yeah, really cool, right? Then I got the other book over there. I'm not showing you. I want to do a separate video on that. That is the... We're going to have to burn some sage when I open the other book. The other book I got over there, don't be surprised if demons start flying out of it. And that is the Magical Sexualis. It's the book on sex magic. There's a demon on the cover. I showed it. You got to be careful with those books. So I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. There's Orgonite on that shelf. And religious symbols on my... I put crosses up there and Orgonite. So... And if there was any demonic energy coming off these books, I would know from my cats. Alright, thanks for the super chat. That was Tatiana Wells. Thank you. Oh, Justin. Thanks for the Cash App. Everything helps, yeah. Alright, where did my, Alright, there's my chat. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing more streams, trying to read some more of these stuff out of books I have over here, and some of it's really interesting. Not all of it is demonic. Well, I got Isis Unveiled by Madame Blavatsky, both editions. But there is another book over there called The Hollow Earth, and Missing Mod's in here. Yeah, Missing Mod. Make sure you're up. Make sure you come to that stream. That's what I might be streaming about tomorrow. We're going to read some stuff about the Hollow Earth. Like the origin of Eskimos. That's a book I can't wait to read. Yeah, The Hollow Earth. Yeah. All the flat earthers are going to love me tomorrow, right? Sheila. Oh, Sheila. I had to move Sheila. Sheila is growing a new leaf. And here's what happened, Mr. Mod. Sheila, during the summer, she went into hibernation, and the reason why is because of the air condition. Then, when I took the air conditioner out of the window, when fall came, she started growing again. And she'll probably continue to grow throughout the winter because of the heat. So in the summertime, she thinks it's wintertime. So she hibernated. But now she's got a new leaf growing. And every time she grows a new leaf, they get bigger and bigger. The last leaf is huge. This one's going to be like the size of my head. But I got her over. I had to put her on another table because she's too big to be on that table now. It's turning into like a floor plant now. She's getting big. I'm guessing probably now she's about 2.5 feet tall. So, yeah. She's getting big. Now, if I was in Florida, my plant would be humongous by now. Because, like, Florida is the perfect weather for bird of paradise plants. I heard a lot of people have them down there, right? Probably you'll find them everywhere down in Florida. But maybe one day, when hopefully she flowers one day. That's, where it gets the name from, because the flowers look like birds. She's such a good plant. Yeah, she hibernated in the summertime because of the air condition. She didn't like that. Actually, I read up on it. They will do that. And so, like, now I have to water it more because, it's growing. What the hell is that noise outside? I don't know. There's been a lot of weird. I've been hearing a lot of military aircraft flying over Philly recently. We're near two air bases, one at Willow Grove and one in Fort Dix, New Jersey. And I've been hearing a lot of that's what I think I just heard flying out there. Another military aircraft. I watch Monkey Works. If anyone watches him on YouTube, he's always good at covering that. What's going on with all the planes flying around. But there's been some strange stuff going on for the past few days. That's why I said I'm done. I'm turning off. I'm not going on the news tomorrow. We're going to watch Lord of the Rings. It's either like one thing I'll do like every Sunday. I'll either play a video game all day, like Dungeons and Dragons, but I figured tomorrow I'm going to watch Lord of the Rings all over again. Yeah, spraying nanotech. Yeah, when do the chemtrails stop? Right? That's what I believe is actually like my allergies. I don't think it's from like plants. I think it's from what they're spraying in the air. And it's been let's see, Missing Mott. I don't know what's the name of the hurricane that's in Florida right now? Is it Nicole? I don't know. It might be. But that hurricane like came out of nowhere. And the theory was that was supposed to hit Florida to screw your election up. But Florida apparently knows how to count ballots in 24 hours with 22 million people. Isn't that amazing? It's taking hours. Arizona's having election month over there. Yeah, like, what are they counting, 100 ballots a day? So yeah, I think Hurricane Nicole was supposed to screw up the thing, but I don't know, maybe God intervened on that one. So you got DeSantis back in office. Or, a lot of people are having stomach issues. Yeah, I'd noticed that. Sometimes, yeah. It's from whatever they're spraying. They deny that. All right, listen. People were getting banned off YouTube at one time for exposing that. A doctor got. And that was because years ago, someone on YouTube had an actual interview with a doctor that did explain that, yes, chemtrail lung is something real. But they deny that it is. Oh, no, you're all crazy. We ain't spraying nothing in the air. Yeah, whatever. So, if we can prove that, we probably have a major class action lawsuit against the deep state for our health, for spraying us like bugs, right? I think, if the deep state ever does get exposed, which they will, because it goes back to this, how the Bible ends. Babylon is destroyed at the end by God after the Antichrist comes. I just don't think the Antichrist is here yet. And I don't think this Great Reset, I don't think it's the real end times. Because I don't think that the Antichrist would have to depend on Twitter, Facebook, and Google and mainstream media to run propaganda for him. That's not what the Antichrist would need. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I can't talk about that J word on here. is it? That's another, that'll get you banned real quick. They gave me a strike recently for medical disinformation because I talked about what the plans of the Great Reset was, getting rid of 9 out of 10 people on Earth, and they said it was medical disinformation. Yeah, whatever. You got Klaus Schwab admitting to it. And then there's the other article, she's in here, DH, you sent me about the cyborgs and the World Economic Forum. That's real. I went to their website. Yes, the World Economic Forum is suggesting that man merges with machines and we all get microchipped and become living cyborgs. Isn't that great? Yeah. So, anyway. Kanye, oh yay. Yeah, his handler was the one that got him checked into the mental institution. Kanye was talking about that. Oh, and Dan from On the Friends Radio pulled up a quote from Kanye, where Kanye said that the reason that they can't blackmail him like Shaq and the other famous black celebrities is because he never killed anyone. Kanye said that. That's one of the ways they get these people to shut up, is they do film them either engaging in some kind of vile act. They'll do a snuff movie. They'll get them drugged up and take pictures of them in compromising positions with children and blackmail them. This is how the deep state works. They do, This is why a lot of people are afraid to expose the deep state. Because, everyone that's taking a trip to Epstein Island is probably compromised on video doing something, So, I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be all from my stream. Thanks to everyone. If you could support the channel, all my links are in the description. Tomorrow, I'll put it, I'll let you guys know what time we're going to stream tomorrow. It might be a little earlier, maybe like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Now I got a car alarm going off outside. It's so noisy. Like I said, welcome to Philly. How do I get any sleep? Yeah. That's a good question, ain't it? How do you get any sleep? It's one of the reasons why for a long time I used this microphone, because this has a noise canceling, the chat headset I would use but now I got condenser mic, and I did it for that reason, because of all the noise outside all the time. But I figure winter time's coming up and it'll be fine, because windows are only open like in fall, right? In springtime, so. Anyway, I gotta go check on kitty cats. Actually, I'm gonna go feed the cats. Well, we know that Kanye did, I was going to say something about Kim Kardashian, but I'm not allowed to say that. Kim's been cloned a few times. I don't know if you ever saw the original Kim Kardashian. She don't even look anything like whatever that thing is walking around anymore. Friggin' freak of nature. Alright, missing mod. Yeah, I'll have a good night. Yeah, I'm going to go feed the cats. Anyway, that's going to be all for the stream. I promise, guys, I will be streaming tomorrow night. Probably around like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It'll be a surprise. But missing mod, I wasn't joking. I am going to be doing a stream on the Hollow Earth after I read that book. I haven't read it yet, but it's not that long of a book, so. Yeah, we're going to do a Hollow Earth stream. But I'll definitely find some things in there to probably share in the book, so that'll be cool. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. If you could support the channel, all the links are in the description, or you could sign up to Patreon or buy merchandise from Teespring. I do have t-shirts there and all that. Links are in the description. Anyway, take care.